Welcome back. This is video number 2 from lesson 5.3, and we are multiplying polynomials, and we're going to look at multiplying 3 binomials. So we're going to multiply x minus 5 times x plus 1 times x plus 3. And the big concept here is that you multiply 2 of them together, take that product, and multiply by the third. So I'm going to take the first 2, the x minus 5 times the x plus 1, and I'm going to FOIL to multiply those 2 together since they're 2 little binomials. So I have x times x is x squared. Then I'm going to do my outside product, my inside product, and add those together. So x times 1 is 1x. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. 1x minus 5x is negative 4x. So there's my middle term. And then negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Okay, I still need to multiply by my x plus 3, so it's written out here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the repeated distributive property. I'm going to take x squared and multiply by x, negative 4x, and multiply by x, negative 5, and multiply by x. Then I'm going to come back and do the same thing, x squared times 3, negative 4x times 3, negative 5 times 3. So I've got x squared times x plus x squared times 3, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do negative 4x times x, negative 4x times 3, and then I'm going to do negative 5 times x plus negative 5 times 3. So that's going to give me x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x squared minus 12x minus 5x minus 15. And so now I just need to combine like terms. So x cubed, 3x squared minus 4x squared gives me negative 1x squared, so just negative x squared. Negative 12x minus 5x gives me negative 17x, and then I have my minus 15. I double check, all my like terms are combined, and my little polynomial product there is in standard form, so I'm done. All right, now sometimes there are patterns we can look for, and since we're working with products, we call them special product patterns, and this can help us to multiply more quickly. And so we already know several of these because they correspond to factoring patterns. We know that for factoring a difference of 2 squares, a squared minus b squared factors out to be a minus b times a plus b. So that also means we know that if we multiply a minus b times a plus b, we're going to have just the first term squared minus the second term squared. So it's going to be a squared minus b squared. We know our perfect square trinomial patterns, and so we know that if we have a plus b quantity squared, that's going to equal a squared plus twice the product of the bases, so 2ab, and then plus b squared. And same thing for a minus b squared. The only thing different is that that middle term is going to be minus 2ab. But what about a plus b cubed and a minus b cubed? We just saw it takes a little bit of time to multiply binomials together. And so if we can have a special pattern that works at least when it's a plus b cubed and a minus b cubed, that could save us some time. And there are patterns for these. A plus b cubed is equal to a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. And then a minus b cubed is a cubed minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed. Okay, so let's multiply using these special patterns. We've got 3t plus 4 times 3t minus 4. So everything matches except you have one plus and a minus. So this works with our difference of 2 squares, sum and difference of the same binomial terms. And so that's going to be 3t quantity squared minus 4 squared, so 9t squared minus 16. Okay, on the next one, we are squaring a binomial. We've got 8x minus 3 squared, so we can use the perfect square trinomial pattern. So it's going to be 8x quantity squared minus 2 times 8x times 3 plus 3 squared. So we simplify, so that gives us 64x squared minus 2 times 8 is 16 times 3 is 48x, and then plus 9. Okay, so this one's really kind of new. We've got pq plus 5, the whole thing cubed. So this is the cube of a binomial. Okay, so it's going to be first base cubed, so p cubed the whole thing cubed, plus 3 times the first base squared times the second base, so pq squared times 5, plus 3 times the first base times second base squared, so plus 3 times pq times 5 squared, plus second base cubed, so 5 cubed. So we get p cubed, q cubed, plus 3 times 5 is 15, and then we need to square the p and the q, so p squared, q squared, plus, let's see, 5 squared is 25, times 3 is 75, pq, plus 5 cubed is 125. We have all different terms, so there's no terms to combine, and we are done. Okay, that is all the examples. Don't worry, the special product patterns will come easier and easier and easier as you practice, and you're going to get lots and lots of practice on your rounds. We also have some practice for you right now with the problems you try on your own, so go ahead and do those and make sure you have all those done before you come to class, and we will go over them, and then we will get you started on your rounds. That's all for now. Have a good day.